IVM.
Alright, Fantasy Football Show, Baru!
Hi.
Why? Oh God, let me not even get into why you sad. He must have sucked this week on Premier League. Alright, we don't have Kumar Kanav, and since Baru and I play by feelings, and we really don't go by any fixture list, stats, or players who are playing on the weekend.
Turns out there are people who actually do that.
Yeah, so we had to find someone who actually plays this game in the spirit it's supposed to be played, not like how Mourinho plays it, which is like, I don't go for stats. So we got a friend of ours who seems to be doing quite well this season. His name is Azeem, and he's online with us. Azeem, say hello to the listeners of Football Twaddle.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
What's response?
Yeah, you don't get a response for WhatsApp.
Does he not
so-
understand?
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yes.
Honestly.
All
He's
right.
learning.
Yes. All right. So since there are two game weeks, which is starting tomorrow, we are recording this on a Monday. So there's game week 14, if I'm not wrong. Game week 15.
Yes.
Game week
Give
15.
me 15, give me 16.
Game week 15 and 16. So there are 2 game weeks. And before we record the podcast again next week. So for those 2 game weeks is what we're going to talk about in fantasy. All right, Azeem?
Yes.
All right. So the first question I have in mind after watching my dismal performance over the weekend yet again when half my players didn't perform is why the hell am I paying so much money for Hazard, Aguero, Mo Salah? Why? I may just as well remove all of them and just pick like a team of all 8 million players.
Origi.
Yeah. Origi. Yeah. Get like Origi and stuff like that.
See, as far as if you want my opinion on the same,
Yes,
if you're
sir.
paying for
That's
Hazard,
why we called you.
If you're paying for Hazard and Salah, I don't think you're paying beyond what needs to be paid. It's because, see, if Liverpool score, more often than not, Salah is involved. Same thing comes through with Hazard and Chelsea as well. But when it comes down to Aguero, the distribution has been this way. If historically speaking, if the distribution has been between a lot of players, if you would have noticed, 8 players last season had more than 150 points from Manchester City alone.
Really?
Okay.
I
yes.
did not notice, by the way. I don't even know why I do this podcast, but whatever.
8 players.
Let's continue.
Out of an 11 member squad, 8 players had more than 150 points last season from Man City.
Okay.
So you bet on one, and that person's doing well. Like for me, Sterling has been a real star for my fantasy team. So if you bet on one and you get the right one, then it's a good investment to make. But Aguero at the moment was always going to be a rotation risk, number one. Aguero, historically speaking, does not play for the entire season. 2 or 3 months he's out with injuries. And even if he does play, he plays 65 odd minutes, then Jesus comes on. There are times when Jesus starts and Aguero comes on. So because of the option City have, I don't think Aguero is worth 11.3. But other than that, these 2 guys, I feel that if you have them, keep them.
Yeah, that's a good point you make, Baru. Just taking off on that. If you listen to Pep Guardiola's comments after they beat Bournemouth, so they asked, about Leroy Sané. And I think Pep Guardiola said, if he wants to know why he doesn't play every match, he should just come to me and I'll show him the match video of Bournemouth. So I was like, okay, fine, probably Sané won't play. Then they asked him about Aguero. He said, I don't know if Aguero is going to start midweek. So I thought, okay, fine, even Aguero won't play. So in my head, I was like, okay, Mahrez will play, Sterling will play, and Gabriel Jesus will play. Then they asked, what about Gabriel Jesus? He said,
Jesus.
Jesus, whatever.
Aren't you the type of person who calls him Jose Mourinho and not Jose Mourinho?
Depending on which country I am. Yeah, so Gabriel Jesus also, he's like, I'm not sure. So I'm left with, if I have to pick a City player, at least someone playing in the attacking, it's either Sterling. I don't think David Silva gives that many points, or off late he's not. So you're, by the sheer power of elimination, which is like giving a CAT exam.
Bernardo Silva.
Not Bernardo Silva. Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling is the only guy whom you can confidently pick in a City team. Am I wrong in my assessment?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Azeem, I think, made him as captain or something this week or last week.
Yes. All my weeks where he scored, he's been my captain.
Really?
Is he a captain this week?
Yes. See, you spend that kind of money. You spend that kind of money on a player and don't captain him. I think it's injustice to the player. Because see, you got him in for those points, right? So if you are not backing your own self.
I have Aguero, I have Hazard. None of them do anything. So what am I supposed to back? I'm just breaking my... And I took Anthony Martial last week thinking, oh God, Southampton. And then I made him my captain as well. And look what happened. So
a friend of mine had given a call. He's also in our league, and okay, I'll mention him. Okay, Anustup Bhaiya gave me asked me over WhatsApp as to what should be done about Martial. Okay, and I said no, and there is a reason for that being there. If you see the underlying stats for Martial has scored at a significant high rate. His conversion rate is extremely high.
Yes.
So if he's taken 7 shots at goal, he scored 6. Okay.
So
see, now keeping that up is impossible even for a striker of his caliber. It's going to be very difficult for him to score. If you are Aubameyang, then again that comes true because Aubameyang scores with every shot he takes on goal.
Yes.
Okay. But
the last time someone saved Aubameyang was apparently Jordan Pickford, who's a... I mean, what do I tell? I don't want to talk about Jordan Pickford, but yes. So, yeah.
Yeah, but keeping that conversion rate is going to be extremely difficult, and especially for a side like Manchester United who don't create a plethora of chances. Okay, they look like a disorganized unit. Okay, they are unorganized. They don't have.
So why don't you take it? Why don't we then? If you have to see the flip side of that argument, is that being so disorganized, Anthony Martial scored so many goals. If you just organize a little, which is the hope, let's say a lot of FPL people are having, and Anthony Martial is not expensive. He's actually, I think, 7.7 million, right?
But no. He's 7 billion.
Yeah.
He's 7.6. Yeah, I think he's 7.6 million.
So for 7.6 million, Anthony Martial is a decent buy. He need not score a goal. He can give an assist.
I'd rather opt for Richarlison over him because Richarlison is 7 million. And if you ask me why, it's because, see, the focal point of attack as far as Everton is concerned will always be Richarlison. Okay, another thing I'd like to say over here is that with Marco Silva's side, you can be sure that they are going to attack. Okay, they are not going to sit back and defend. They did not do that with Liverpool either. Okay, it was a very, very even match until the last. I did not even understand why it went on in 96 minutes when it should have been gotten over at 94. Okay,
none of us understand, dude. Even Liverpool fans don't understand. Apparently, no one understood.
Still, they attack. Okay, so you can at least bet on the fact that they will try and score. With United, you're never too sure. They went 2 goals down before they started scoring. Before that, they did not even look like scoring. And they don't look like scoring in either match. Why would you bet on a striker of a team who do not set out or who don't go onto the pitch with an attacking mindset? And why do you want an attacking player from that side?
I don't know, because he's cheap. That's my only reason.
I did suggest a cheaper option. Richarlison has 2 fixtures now, which are really easy fixtures to go for. If you observe,
I thought Everton Manchester United is over. So what easy fixture are you talking about?
No. Everton play Newcastle this week.
Oh God.
And then they play then they play Watford. And one is at home. Both of them home fixtures. Both of them are home fixtures.
So let me tell you one thing, Baru and Azeem. You know, whenever I have thought like Azeem, saying that, oh, this player is playing against Newcastle, definitely he will do something. What generally happens is Ayoze Perez scores a goal and Newcastle win that game 1-0. So, should I go by empirical data of me being a loser? Or should I go with Azeem's analysis of actually picking someone who's playing Newcastle? That is my dilemma right now. Baru, you have anything to suggest in that?
Well, it usually happens that whenever you suggest that and I remove Perez from my team, that's when he scores. So, and this time that's not happening. So, I think we might have. We can go with his.
So, I think the first recommendation for these 2 game weeks is that get Ayoze Perez in your team. He will score a goal.
Don't count me in on that suggestion of yours.
Yeah, we'll cut out that in the way that Azeem says, I support the message. Alright, so one more player I need to talk about this weekend, and let's start with Baru this time, is Arnautovic is back from injury. I think he gave an assist when they beat Newcastle 3-0 as well. So is he a good pick for the upcoming 2 game weeks?
So depends. Like, let me just get his fixtures up.
I know it depends. I'm asking you on what does it depend. Jaldi bhai, bhook laga hai.
Azeem, who is he playing next?
Okay. Arnautovic, if I have to give my suggestion, yes, he's a must.
Abey, ruk, hold on.
Fixtures kya uske?
Fixtures bol pehle.
Okay, with Arnautovic, till one is Crystal Palace on the 8th of December, and the other is against
Cardiff. All right. So Baru, I'm going to start this whole thing again. So Arnautovic comes back from injury, gives an assist when they win against Newcastle. So obviously he's going to play now, and they're playing Cardiff and Crystal Palace, the 2 game weeks from now till Sunday. So
both home fixtures.
So yeah, both home fixtures.
Yeah, on paper he definitely looks like
someone to. Yeah. So you think getting Callum Wilson out and getting Arnautovic in is a good move?
With those fixtures lined up, definitely, yeah.
Because I think Bournemouth also are now starting to taper off and struggle a bit. So you may as well just do the change.
Brooks is the only bright spot in the team.
Oh God, Brooks is bright spot because you have been your team. He's not bright spot otherwise anywhere.
So good, man.
So Azeem, get Arnautovic in.
But what about your favorite player, Gunnarsson?
Oh, wait, we'll come to that.
He's playing against Arnautovic. So
if you already have Wilson right now,
yes,
I suggest you wait for one game week because Bournemouth play Huddersfield at home. Okay, at the Vitality, they are extremely strong in attack, Bournemouth. And they managed to score against City at the Etihad. Okay, they scored 1. Okay, and that was Wilson who scored that goal. So why do you want to waste your transfer in this particular week when you can choose to have him next week? See, Arnautovic might score 1. Okay, that holds true for
Wilson as well.
Yeah, so I would not want rather bank that transfer. Okay, you don't have anybody else to transfer out or get somebody in. You bank that transfer. But if I am in your position, I'll not get Arnautovic in if I don't have him already at the moment.
No,
I would get him next week.
That was a hypothetical question. I think my 3 strikers are Mitrovic, Aguero, and someone else. I was someone who doesn't give me points, so I couldn't give a about him. So whatever. Yeah. So okay. So upcoming game. Okay, let's do this one by one for the upcoming week, which is starting tomorrow. Azeem, who would your 2 picks be? And please don't give the usual names. Are there any names who are low on ownership which someone should consider? I would say Gunnarsson. Not Gunnarsson, Gudmundsson.
Gudmundsson, Burnley are not in a good goal scoring form, so I would recommend that you don't have them.
And they're playing Liverpool over the midweek.
Yes, so Liverpool might run riot. Okay, if things go their way, because Burnley have been conceding left, right, and centre, which is very unlike Sean Dyche and them. But then that's happening this season. So I wouldn't bank on any Burnley players, at least if you ask me. So,
all right. So who are your 2 picks? Who are your 2 picks for this week? This game week 15.
If game week 15, if I have to pick a player, it would definitely be Arnautovic would be one of them. But then Arnautovic's ownership is on the rise because of the fixture. So then it will not qualify as a differential. But if you really want a differential, it would have to be Son.
Who?
Because Son is, I think, at 1.3% ownership.
Son.
That's reported.
Oh, the Tottenham Son.
The Tottenham Son, yes.
Yeah.
The Tottenham Son plays Southampton. Okay, now Southampton has just sacked Mark Hughes. They don't have a manager. And that is a side which is struggling already and in the relegation zone. And Spurs would want a quick comeback to what they had with Arsenal. So they are going to go out all guns blazing.
Why not Eriksen instead of Son?
Because Son is 8.3 million, Eriksen is 9.2. You have to spend 0.9 more on Eriksen. So why wouldn't I want Son, who runs and who is, I think he's ahead than Kane. If I'm not wrong, if I've seen the matches correctly, Kane is the focal point. Kane will shield the ball. He's a target man. He will shield. He will take the ball and he will turn it to Ali or Son. Okay,
yeah,
so why don't you want to have Son rather than Eriksen?
Wow, that sounds like Kane is learning something from Giroud now, man.
Yeah, all these strikers are now playing from the halfway line and left with Morata and Lukaku to try and score goals. This is what we have come down to now in football. Lukaku tries to score for both the teams. You never know where the touch is going. All right. Baru, what are your picks for this week?
So, I'll stick to, I think Liverpool are finally going to break out and get those goals going again. They haven't had a couple of good weeks. And so I'll stick to Salah. He's probably going to be my captain.
Okay.
And apart from Salah, my second pick is actually going to be... oh, you want a differential or like just a pick?
Anyone.
I'm getting Fabianski back in. I mean, I think I missed out on the 8 points that he gave last week. But they have a good lineup of games coming up. They're facing Cardiff at home, Crystal Palace at home, and Fulham away. So, yep.
Yeah, mine would be, I would continue having Lucas Digne as for Everton because he was good till 90 plus 5 minutes. And I think Aubameyang, Manchester United have no defenders supposedly because everyone's injured.
Yeah, they have like 8 defenders.
8 defenders who probably are out for the midweek fixture. So it could be that Aubameyang is in that hot streak and is going to score goals. I hope Azeem says yes for this one suggestion.
Yes.
All right, now game week 16. Jaldi, let's move on. Azeem, your 2 picks for game week 16.
My 2 weeks, one of the 2 picks you've already picked out, it will have to be Aubameyang because it's at the Emirates against Huddersfield. So I am expecting a lot of goals to flow in. Even if Huddersfield manage to score 1 on the other side, doesn't matter if you will outscore. Arsenal will easily outscore them, score 3-4, and Aubameyang is going to be involved. So one of them is Aubameyang. And the other one, though it's a slight differential, okay. But I would like to go for Solomon Rondon or Kennedy.
Kennedy? Newcastle are playing... Who are they playing? Wolves.
They are playing Wolves. Yes.
Wolves doesn't concede many, dude.
Yes, they don't. But I have a feeling why. I'll tell you. Wolves play a 3-man defense. Okay, and Wolves have always been found susceptible when there's teams who can cross well. Okay, because they have wide spaces are slightly open because Doherty attacks in such a manner that he's way up front.
Yeah, but according to your argument, teams which cross well give Wolves trouble. That is that is not Newcastle.
What I have noticed. Okay, see, and if I'm picking a differential, one is a very very obvious choice with Aubameyang. If I'm picking a differential, if I'm really down on my rankings and score, I need to find somebody who nobody's paying attention to. And if you observe closely, Newcastle's fixtures are extremely easy right now. So if you're getting a player who probably is on a goal score, like say Kennedy gets up front, Rondon just scored 2 goals, then he's again blank. But you're talking about a player who's not very high in the first place.
Yeah.
And you are already and you will need that low price striker in your three striker list. Because if you want to fit in Aubameyang, then you will have to get somebody out to ensure that cash is available to you. So Rondon is a good option at that price range.
Yes.
Plus the fixture.
Yeah, and Baru, one question before I get to your picks is Chelsea is playing Man City in game week 16. Is it even, why have any Chelsea players in that playing 11, right? Like, at least like substitute Hazard for that week and get in Aubameyang or someone else.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the way City is playing right now, they are steamrolling oppositions.
Exactly.
And Chelsea just got steamrolled by... I mean, we can see how it's easy for Chelsea to lose.
Wow, one game and you're seeing all this. What are you?
They lost to like a random North London side, man.
Yeah, but then they didn't have grass on the pitch. So what do you want us to do?
Are you just pitching my arguments against me now?
Yeah. I mean, didn't you tell me that I don't know football and I have to learn from you? So that's exactly. I just pick up the arguments then.
So, I mean, because the favourite picks that are usually there for Chelsea, which is like Alonso and
Hazard. Oh, yeah, Alonso. He's not even giving 6 points for clean sheet. He's not crossing. He's not giving any assist. What's going on, dude? Just get rid of all these losers.
No. Don't get rid of Alonso. If you ask me, don't get rid of Alonso.
Not by the club, Baba. I'm talking about in FPL.
Yeah, in FPL. See, you still see how many points are you Alonso at. Alonso will feature in the first 5 or 7 players in the FPL who's given you points.
But shouldn't you see
don't go by one particular game.
I'm not. Alonso, look at last 3 games. Last 3 games, 4 games.
He gave a clean sheet. He gave 6 points to the last game.
Why not?
Yeah, before that he lost his first 3-1. The entire team was pathetic.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah. So Baru, who are your 2 picks for game week 16?
I'll go back to Aguero now. He has his
At some point, he has to start scoring,
Yes,
right?
I mean,
You and I are losing ranking points, everything in this hope that
waiting for Aguero and Hazard to
at some
score.
point Aguero and Hazard will come good. But what will happen is in Jan we'll kick them out and then they will start scoring.
4 goals a match.
Yeah, what is it with our luck, man? It is just so bad. Azeem, what do you do about these things like luck and stuff? Do you pray every week?
Saru, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, as far as Aguero is concerned, I wouldn't say it has anything to do with luck. I
get your point. My question was completely different. What do you do before a weekend or game week starts? Like, do you pray hoping that all your players are like in the team?
I choose to laugh over it. Like this time, I had Wilson as my sub. Okay, 6 points could have come in just like that, and I had Bennett as my first sub and Billing as my second one. I could just have thought right. I did not think right on this one, and I put Billing was never going to score. Okay, Wilson may or may not have scored, and he did score. So I could have gotten him. He would have gotten inside my team because I had Lovren also at the same time. So Lovren did not start. So I had one player getting in. And that was Billing.
How much was Lovren's
instead of 6.
Lovren is minus 4.5. The FPL gives you money for selecting him.
No wonder.
Lovren was a decent choice when I made the choice. Now I don't.
Dude, you're losing it. When you start talking such things, it's time to
Azeem, do you think you should go for like Aguero or Jimenez in the forward line?
Dude, he just for 20 minutes passionately argued against not taking Aguero.
No,
and you're
the
asking
next game
him.
week. We're talking about 16 now, right?
He said don't take Aguero, period.
But Saru, there is always a flip side to it. Okay, the flip side is that Aguero is still probably a more sure shot of a starter than the midfield of Manchester City. I would recommend to the listeners one more thing, which is also a point which everybody should get into their mind before making an FPL choice. Get in Sane if you can. I'll tell you why. Because
get in Sane. What are you? Pep Guardiola is saying I will show Sane the videos of how he played yesterday. I'll not select him.
Whatever Pep Guardiola historically has gone back on his word. Okay.
Historically.
At the start of the season, I'll tell you his own statements. I'll tell you. Okay, you can refer it to. At the start of the season, he told, "My team is Bernardo Silva and 10 other people." Okay, he played in for the next game. After that, Bernardo Silva is off. There's no more Bernardo Silva. I have suffered for it.
But he didn't say my team for the entire season is Bernardo Silva. He said my team. You interpreted it the wrong way.
The way Bernardo was playing at that time, I thought he cannot be substituted. That can happen to Sterling next week. Okay, everybody feels you cannot just substitute Sterling. So Sterling is a must-have. He's a necessity for that midfield to function the way it is. And next week you suddenly find Mahrez starting. That is Pep Guardiola. But I'll tell you, I go by Pep's selection, okay? And I will tell you, whenever Mendy has not been on the team, he has ensured that Sane starts. Okay, if this season, if I've gotten something right, is I've tried to figure out what Pep wants because of Pep being that meticulous about his formations and all, and that tactical innuendos he has. The thing is, whenever he does not have a naturally left-footed wing back, he will always go for somebody like Sane who runs back along. If you've seen the games, you'll see Sane is the one who runs back along with the wing back of the opposite side. It is that is supposed to happen, ideally speaking.
Okay.
But if Mahrez is there, Mahrez is not going to do that because of Mahrez being a left-sided player.
All right. Before we close the podcast, as you said, the one thing you got right this season, Azeem, what's the one thing I got right this season? I didn't pick any Man U defenders. Yeah.
The one Man U player you picked, Sanchez.
The one Manchester United player I picked. He scored a goal. The day I removed him, he scored a goal. So, yeah.
I had Shaw.
All right. So, man, we've already overrun by like 8 minutes. Azeem, thank you very much for coming in. Please, listeners, listen to whatever Azeem says, and then you can write to me and Baru on Twitter, and we will correct your perceptions on feelings. On feelings, who should you select more than statistics and probability? Azeem, thanks a lot for joining us on Football Portal. Baru.
Later.
All right, this is Saru signing off. Bye-bye.
Shunyavan, 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 Shunyavan.
Hey, this is Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay.
And I'm Amit Doshi.
And we host Shunya One, the weekly podcast based on conversations about startups, entrepreneurship, across verticals like food tech or fintech, and digital payments, logistics, e-commerce, and of course, all the stuff from VCs and investors as well.
Over the course of our run, we've had some really great entrepreneurs. We've had Zishan Hayat from Topper, Naya Sagi from Baby Chakra, Ankush Sachdev from ShareChat, and Akrit from Haptic, among many, many more.
Yep, and we continue to get some of the biggest, smartest, and most innovative folks in the country in this space coming here, talking to us, all for you guys to listen to.
So tune in every Tuesday on the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from, and get a chance to be a part of all of the tech banter and entrepreneurship conversations on our Slack channel. Talk to our guests, they show up as well. All you have to do is request an invite on ivmpodcast.com/Shunya1.
Give me a word. या कोई भी लाइन. कुछ भी हो सकता है यार. क्या कहा आपने? टोपी. Okay. Mohan Joshi hated wearing topis. He felt suffocated in them. टोपी पहनते ही उसे स्कूल की याद आती थी. Where of course he had no choice but to wear a टोपी. But जिस दिन पास आउट हुआ, उसी दिन उसने अपनी टोपी का bonfire बना दिया. And since then, he'd never worn a cap or a hat. ना कड़कती धूप में, and not even to बचो from the ठंडी. But from Monday 26th February, Mohan Joshi had to wear a topi all the time. Why? Because if he didn't, everyone around him knew exactly what kya soch raha tha. They knew that he was wondering how the girl in the yellow churidar would look bina kapde ke. They knew when he was calling the boss a sadela tomato. They knew everything. पर ये सब हुआ कैसे? अरे भाई, यही तो स्टोरी है. और ये स्टोरी आप ही ने मुझे दिया by giving me the starting word. यही तो है The Croc's Tales. Words आपके, कहानी आपके लिए. Catch the stories on Monday and Thursday on the IVM website, app, and anywhere you get your podcast from. See you soon.